Yeah. Little Caesar.
Queen Bee. That's me.
Check it. Yo, I be buying B, so all my girls be I and C.
Hey beauty babies, I am back with a new video. Please do not mind my lips. I peeled the skin right there, and it's like so freaking noticeable because of these lights. These lights are so bright. But today I wanted to make a video. I don't know how quick it's gonna be, so I don't want to say a quick video, but it's almost, well, yeah, this is the last day of February, the last day of Black History Month. So I just really wanted to come on here and share a story with you all about something that happened to me when I was growing up. A lot of people don't know that I grew up in a predominantly white town. I would literally say 90% white people and 10% of minorities, meaning, you know, I really just seen like a couple Asians, a couple Hispanics, and then there was probably, at the time, I'm not talking about high school, this happened in middle school, there was probably about 4 other black people. So yeah, it was crazy. I basically really wanted to get on here because I know that there's a lot of parents who want to basically put their kids in a better area. And I say better area because I feel like you know, it is one thing when it comes to education, but when it comes to not being around people who resemble you, it does get kind of tricky. At least for me, I know that's how it was. So basically, I was in 7th grade. I was at lunch with the same person in my last story time, Mia, I'll call her. She was my best friend. So I was at lunch, and there was like a lot of people at the table. It was like a huge circular table, so there had to be like at least 8 people at the table. So we're basically just, you know, eating lunch, chilling, you know, and this girl that recently had been like coming around and kind of like trying to talk to Mia, but Mia wasn't really like, you know, like she wasn't really like friends with her. I think her and Mia just were like associates, if I would say anything else. And she's like tried to say stuff to me too, but I would just kind of just like, you know, not really say anything. So basically she like came into the lunchroom and she was like talking to Mia and like other people at the table, and I'm just kind of sitting there, and I remember her saying something to me. I don't know exactly what she said, but I definitely remember like she said something to me, and I just kind of like brushed it off. And then like things kind of escalated to where like I think I was like ignoring her, so she was getting upset, and it was like I was ignoring her because she was very like irritating. Like I would say she wasn't like a person that you would want to be around. Like she would just say things and it's like, why did you just say that? So yeah, I wouldn't say that before this happened I didn't like her, but like I just didn't pay her any mind. Like one thing kind of like led to another without me even saying anything to her, and she literally just looked at me and was like,
"You stupid nigger,"
and slapped me. Yes, she dead ass slapped me. So yeah, like she literally says, "You stupid nigger," and slaps me. And I was like in shock. When I tell y'all, I've had people disrespect me plenty of times, but I was young, so I didn't understand what disrespect really was. Like I never had these talks. I had never been in a fight. I had like none of this has ever happened to me. So it was just like, what did this girl just have the audacity to first of all call me out of my name when I didn't even do anything to her, and then slap me? Like,
I was shook.
I literally was like holding on to my face, like, what just happened? And Mia, if I can remember correctly, was like, what the f is wrong with you? The girl got up. I'm gonna just call her Amy. Amy got up so quick, and there was like a stage in the lunchroom, and she literally jumped onto the stage, like slid onto the stage. Like, this was some shit that was like in a movie. She slid onto the stage and went out the door. Like, the lunchroom is like all of this, and then this is the stage, and then there's like an exit door. She slid across the stage and went out the door. By the time I realized, like, it clicks in my head, like, this chick just really fixed her hand to slap me, she was gone. So everybody at the table was like, oh my gosh, tell on her. I never, ever, like, even when other people would be doing the same thing that I'm doing and I'm the only one getting in trouble, I would never tell on anyone, like, ever. That just was never my thing. Still isn't to this day. Like, I can't. So basically, everyone's like, tell on her, and I'm just like, no, like, I'm gonna see her. Like, I never had been in a fight before, but I literally felt so disrespected and so infuriated. Like, I had never been that mad in my life, because it was like, she didn't even like say, oh, you stupid nigger. Like, she like slapped my ass for real, and I was shook. Like, I tell this story to this day, and I'm just like, I still can't believe that even happened. I'm so sorry, y'all. I get so off track. But yeah, everybody was telling me to tell on her, and I was just like, no, like, I'm gonna see her, and when I see her, like, that's it, you know, like, that's just all. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I was mad. So it was like, I don't know where it would have went. So basically, before I could see her, I was so mad. Somebody told, it was like going all around school. Like, people were asking me, oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you okay? I heard Amy slapped you. Are you okay? And I'm just like, stop talking to me. Like, no, I'm not okay. Why would I be okay? Like, this girl called me out of my name, disrespected me, and put her hands on me. Like, don't ask me, am I okay? You know, like, it was just, it was just ridiculous. So next thing you know, probably like 2 periods later, I'm getting called to the principal's office. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was in middle school, I was starting to rebel, because I felt like I was just being treated so unfair. I felt like I was just being treated like the oddball out. Like, I feel like so many things would happen, and like I said, I never told, but like, people would be doing things and I would be the one that would get in trouble, and it was just ridiculous. So when they called me to the principal's office, I'm like, oh great, you know, she probably went and said that I did something to her and that's why she did it, or the kids in the lunchroom probably, oh, well, you know, she's black, she must have started something, you know, because I feel like that's what happens no matter what. It's always, oh, what did this person do? And it's like, it shouldn't be like that. It should be like, well, it should be like that sometimes, but it should be like, no, you need to say what you did. So basically, some random person went that saw what happened, and told the principal. So I'm sitting in the office, and he was like, so what happened earlier today? And I was just like, what are you talking about? And then he was like, what happened earlier today? And I'm like, what is this pertaining to? And he's like, I heard that there was some craziness, some drama that went down in the lunchroom. And I was just like, okay, and And then he was like, you need to stop having an attitude because I'm trying to help you. And I was just like, excuse me? Like, if somebody, and he was Hispanic, like, if somebody said something racist to him and slapped him, like, you would not be calm. You would not be like, they slapped me. Unless you're crazy. So, like, I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm like telling him what happened. She called me a stupid nigger and she slapped me. He's like, oh, well, did you say anything to her first? I'm like, no, I don't know her. All the times that I've been around her have not been pleasant. So, no, like, I didn't do anything. So he was just like, okay, well, we're gonna have to do a further investigation, check the cameras, this and this and this. But if what you're saying is true, she'll be dealt with. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. I went home, I told my parents what happened. They were mad, but I really don't remember them doing the most. And I say that to say that my parents were just very, like, kind of laid back. So I don't really remember if they were, I'm sure they were mad, but I don't really remember them, like, being like, I see Chicago parents. Like, Chicago parents would have went up to the school, whooped her mama's ass, her daddy ass, the principal's ass. Like, they would have just did the most. And, like, that's what I now that I, like, look back, that's what I wanted. I wanted somebody, come on, let's do something. Like, why is this just smooth? You know, why is this just smooth sailing? Like, ugh. But anywho, so she was in the office. They called me down. I think it was the next day. And she's in the office. And I'm just like, So y'all must want me to be expelled. Because, like, why would you, why? But, you know, like I said, back then, I was not buck whatsoever. I never was in a fight, nothing. Like, I didn't even know how to go about the situation. I had no guidance about it. I'm thinking to myself, oh, you know, I don't want to get expelled. I don't want to get suspended. I don't want, you know, to have to, you know, have my parents move, and, like, just basically thinking about everybody but myself. Like, I moved my chair over and she was, like, on the other side, and she was like, Ashley, I'm sorry. And I was just like, and she's like, I'm so sorry. We're like, I'm sorry. And then I'm just like looking like, what, why am I here? So then the principal is gonna say oh yeah, so Amy was telling me that it was really just a mistake and that you guys were friends.
Friends?
Why would I be friends with somebody that is, first of all, annoying? No, first of all, racist. Second of all, annoying. Third of all, a liar. Like, why would I be friends with this girl? Like, me and her we're not even on the same scene. Like, what do you mean? Like, why? What? Like, I was just like, what do you mean friends? And even if we were friends, why would that justify her calling me a stupid nigger and slapping me in my face and then saying that we're just friends and it was a joke? What kind of joke is that? So, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting mad. That's why I'm, like, keeping my hands like this, because when I first was telling the story, it didn't, you know, it wasn't all in there yet, but okay, let's reboot. So yeah, I was just like, I went off. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm not friends with you. We've crossed paths a couple of times and you've spoke to me and I barely even spoke back to you. Like, what do you mean friends? And then she was just like, oh, I just, you know, like, I joke around with my other black friends like that and they just laugh. And I will say that a lot of people do just laugh that stuff off when they're raised around white people because they don't know it's wrong. They know it's wrong, but they don't realize how bad it is. Like, they just, how can I put this? They just, like, it just doesn't resonate, I would say, because I was the same way. Like, I didn't think that, like, I knew it was a bad word, but so is ass, so is bitch, like, so are these words. So, like, I didn't know how bad it was. The fact that she said, like, her and her black friends joke like that, I was just like, what? Like, what do you mean you guys joke like that? And what do they call you? Susie the Sally Cracker? Like, and you guys just think it's funny? Like, that's not cool. It's not cool to bring people down and degrade people and, like, basically, you know, disrespect them. So, long story short, I left the office. I just remember just being like, I don't want to be around her at all, period. Like, it wasn't an accident. And they end up calling me back to the office again by myself and just basically telling me that, you know, they looked at the footage. It did look like I was minding my business and she just slapped me, which I had Mia to contest for that too, because she even, like, I texted her to ask if she remembered this story before I, like, went out and told, you know, basically the world, YouTube, my channel. And she was like, oh my gosh, like, I forgot about that. Like, that was crazy. That girl was like an asshole. Like, she was so rude all the time. And I'm like, exactly. Like, I don't associate myself with those type of people. I don't associate myself with people that freaking have Confederate flags on their cars and stuff and, like, think that stuff is funny, joking about how the slavery days were. Like, I don't have freaking friends like that. So basically, me that she was going to be held back because she had missed all these days of school because something was wrong with her. I don't know. But anywho, they basically told me that she was not going to be able to walk the stage or be in graduation because she was going to be suspended for like 2 weeks or something like that. And they basically told me, like, you know, we told you that we would handle it. So if there's anything else that should be done, you know, let us know. And I'm like, you're speaking with me, an 11-year-old, like 12-year-old, like, what? I don't know about police reports. I don't know about any of this stuff. Like, I don't know what else should be done. Like, you said that she wasn't going to be able to graduate, and that sounds like revenge to me, so whatever at the time. So yeah, I don't even know. She might have graduated on time with, you know, that privilege. And I do remember, like, seeing her after the fact and basically just wanting to knock her senseless, but they told me if there was any repercussions, like if I handled the situation myself, basically, that I would be expelled. And I'm just like, how am I gonna get expelled? And she just got suspended. Privilege. I don't know. I don't really have too much else to say. Like, at that time when she got dealt with, I thought that that was a good thing. Nowadays, I know that her consequences should have been way, 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 way worse. But, you know, all we can do in life is just live and learn. And yeah, I just really wanted to get this video out here. So I am so glad if you watched through the whole thing. I know it's kind of long, but I thank you all, my beauty babies, my subscribers, so much. I'm almost to 300. I really want to get to 1,000 by my birthday. And I know that's crazy because my birthday is June 3rd, Gemini gang. But I want to get to 1,000. Like, I really think I can do it. I'm gonna start being way more consistent and just, you know, doing the dang thing. I do want to put it out there that I definitely do not have an issue with like any race. I basically just took what happened as that's just how they were in that town. You know, like, I give everybody a chance until they push my buttons. So basically this video was, like I said, really to just get it out there and let people know, you know, if you grew up in a town like that, just, you know, I wouldn't say stay to yourself. Things may have changed here and there, but I would really just say to be true to you. Don't let anyone try to tear you down, ruin your self-esteem with their negative words. Like, they're just miserable. That girl was miserable. That girl was she wasn't popping, okay? That's all I'ma say. But just really stay true to yourself. Be yourself at all times, and do not care what anybody has to say. Like, okay, just let that melanin pop severely and stun on these hoes, period. Make sure you all comment, like, subscribe. I would really love to hear any stories that you all have, or if you want any advice. Like, my Instagram DMs are always open for positivity and uplifting people's spirits. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you guys follow me on Instagram. What else do I have? Follow me on Snapchat, and just have a wonderful and positive day. Oh, I will see you in the next video that I post of this makeup look. It's just a really, you know, glow, have that melanin popping video, a little simple eye with these bomb ass lashes, brows on fleek. Now I'm feeling myself. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.